Okay, so about 3 of you. Now we get to have some fun asking these kids some questions about their last umpteen number of years, and we just kind of get to know them. That's why this time is called a study. It's a study of them. So, to preempt you, those of you who like to sit quietly in a back corner and not say anything, I'm coming for you. Today, we want to know who you are. You cannot hide from me. I have the microphone. So I'm going to pass out a couple mics. I'm going to give them green, yellow, and red. And then we're going to have some fun with some questions here that hopefully will enlighten the rest of us as to who this group of young people are. We'll start with the easy one. This one's fun. If you could go back in time and visit yourself as a freshman, what advice would you give yourself? If you're raising your hand, someone pass a mic in that direction. Turn it on? Okay, then don't worry, they'll get it. Answer. Don't give up. Okay, that's a good one. Somebody else.
Hello? Definitely, most importantly, hit the gym beforehand, and don't waste too much time talking to women that don't like you, because it's not going to get that far. And study a little bit more.
Excellent. Sounds like good advice for a freshman. Anybody else want to tackle this question before we move on?
I think filibustering a science class is not always the best move.
Okay. Filibustering in science. Maybe not the best combination. Go ahead.
Don't be as dismissive. I was pretty dismissive with like everybody, and that kind of made it harder to make friends. So.
Okay. All right. Sounds like good advice. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Let's go on to question 2. Of the classmates that have been part of this class at some point in time, but are no longer here, who do you think of the most and why? Of the classmates who have been part of this class, who are no longer here, who do you think of the most and why? Aubriana has her hand up if you pass that mic down.
I think of Emery the most. She made classes a lot more interesting and lively.
Okay. Shout out to Emery. Okay, anyone else? I was looking over the records, actually, of your class, starting freshman year to now. Your class started out freshman year with 21, and there have come some that have come and gone. So there have been quite a few. So pause for a second. You might think of one. Other than Emery, who clearly made an impact. If you know Emery, you know why.
I think of Declan McMullen.
Declan. Why?
Did a lot of things that made school fun and just, memorable.
Okay.
So I think of him a lot.
Okay. All right, anybody else? All right. We're on to question 3. Question 3 is, which current classmate are you most like and how? Underclassmen. Which current underclassmen, so that would be junior through freshman, are you most like and how? No one?
I'd say Matthew.
Okay, and how?
Kind of because we're, friends. I don't know.
Okay.
So.
Anybody else? No resemblances?
I would say probably Allison, because we're both in art and we do music and we both like Bob Ross.
There's a hippie inside of the two of you.
I'd also say Jordan.
Okay.
I'd say Sam. He's funny, a little short too, and plays piano and like is also a little Asian too. So.
Just a little Asian, huh? Okay. Okay.
I got a mini-me sitting somewhere around here. Isaac Kirschbaum.
Okay. All right. The next Kirschbaum. All right. Anybody else? All right. Some of y'all been real quiet. I'm gonna have to, go for it.
Alani, me and her like match every spring or other kind of banquet, like same pattern too, just a little bit different.
Oh wow.
Like we're matching on accident.
I'd probably have to say my little cousin, Natalie McConnell.
Yeah. There's some strong family resemblances there. Okay, anyone else? Okay. All right, we'll go on to the next one. So this is kind of a two-part question, right? Who is the current class clown of the class of 2025?
Evan Kelly.
And who has been the class clown in previous years? And are there more than one?
Evan Kelly.
No one else has rivaled the king for class clownery?
Evan Kelly.
Only Evan Kelly. I don't know.
Janie.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a couple of you guys that are...
Frank.
What's a Frank?
All right. All right, so this is a question you can answer one of two ways. What has been your favorite trip while you've been at Gem State, or your greatest memory, which can be associated with sports, a trip, music, anything, either one of those, what you've been at Gem State. Either your favorite trip or your favorite memory. And this one I want a lot of you to answer, because I'm sure you all can think of something, even the quiet ones. Like Frank.
Belize.
Okay, Belize. Okay, mission trip 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
I think it'd be sophomore music tour. I hung out with Dee a lot, and we went on a cheapskate thing, got a baguette and some donuts and a little bit of jelly. We made money off that trip.
Mm-hmm.
Probably senior survival. The most memorable part was probably I was like laughing the entire time. I don't know what was wrong, but I was laughing the entire time.
Then we failed you. You should have been crying at least a little bit,
No, I did.
Okay.
I think also sophomore music tour, because me and JV bought like stuff for sandwiches to try to like budget money, but it all got moldy within one day in the bus, so we had to throw it all away.
Last year I went to a prayer conference with Caden Tabor, and that had like a big spiritual impact on me, and we also bonded a lot as friends.
Okay. Remember, this is not just trips, it's also memories, things that...
Definitely STEM trip. We went to California. We went to see a bunch of cool museums. It was very fun.
Okay. Grace might have an answer for this one too.
Also STEM trip. It was nice that we got to hang out with the last class before they left. And we got to go to a lot of cool places.
I got a second Cheney's answer. Prayer conference definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things.
Cool. Okay, anybody else? On that side, Holly's pretty quiet down there. Remember, this could either be a trip or just a memory, an event, something that happened here, something you were a part of. Doesn't have to have been a trip necessarily. Your fondest memory.
Sports trips, just all of them.
All right, Sarah?
My favorite trip was definitely STEM trip because of the tide pooling, and I liked showing all the things I found to Mrs. Wickward.
Okay, cool. All right, a couple more down that way. McConnell, go ahead while they pass it on.
One of my favorite memories was filming a music video with Isaac Cheney, Isaac Kirschbaum, and Caden Tabor. That was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Come find me afterwards and I'll show you.
My favorite trip was definitely the senior survival. And my favorite memory from that was like one evening we were standing around the campfire and I remember just looking at the sky and the stars were amazing. So vibrant.
Yeah.
For me, it's senior survival. It's senior survival, but for some reason we had donuts for 2 days straight.
We don't know how those got there, and I plead the fifth.
I'd say my other favorite memory is filming the history video with Aubriana, Sarah, and Tyler. That was a little insane and stupid.
Oh, sorry. You want to go?
Go ahead.
All right. I do have another one. This was during STEM trip, Alcatraz, right? So we were doing this goose chase thing. One of the challenges was get pooped on by a bird. So me and Isaac, we were begging God, praying to him, you know, Lord, please have a bird poop on us. And we were about to leave, and no poop. But out of nowhere, you know, sort of just comes down on top of us. It's pretty cool.
I don't know that God has ever gotten a prayer like that before, but, you know, there's a first for everything.
And I got a harmonica.
Go ahead.
I'm changing my favorite memory, still from senior trip, but we were doing a scavenger hunt, and me and John Tall were trying to figure out how to do this thing, and we were trying to jump over this creek. We did not see the bridge. There was a bridge like 30 feet away, but we decided, oh, we can throw our stuff over. We tried throwing it over. John Tall threw a folder in the creek, and I had to go after it.
A glimpse into what happens on senior survival for those of you waiting for your turn. Okay. Anyone else? Otherwise, I'll go on. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Mine is probably from Choir Fest, probably fooling around until late at night. So that was really fun. I really liked that.
I wanted to add, not like a specific trip, but all of our discussions in specifically government class are very interesting. And we've had a couple other class periods throughout the years where just talk about nothing but, like anything but the subject, and I think those are just so fun.
Okay, anyone else? Good. All right. Let's go on to the next question. What has been your progression of best friends in your time at Gem State? And has anyone had the same best friend for 4 years? And the question that follows is kind of connected to this one.
I have a best friend, but he graduated last year. His name is Jaden Dunbar, and he's sitting in the back. Hi, Jaden.
I would say Sarah. Me and Sarah were friends before we even came to the school. We changed schools together. It was fun.
Okay, anyone else? Progression of best friends. Anyone have the same best friend all 4 years, like Jocelyn? Or multiples?
JV for all 4 years.
Okay. Somehow that was awkward and creepy.
My best friend since like I mentioned last night, the second day of freshman year has been Caden McConnell, and it's been really fun to be able to like hang out with him.
I think only guys have answered so far, except for Jocelyn. Any other girls? I mean, McConnell, you can answer too, but.
Yeah, Cheney and I have been friends since we were dancing in the middle of the night. Day 2.
Nobody else?
Yeah, Holly and I, freshman year, we were both so quiet. We were like the only ones that the other one would talk to. And then we became friends, and we're still best friends. And then Chantal came last year, and now we're
3
like,
peas in a pod, huh?
Yeah, all 3 of us.
Okay. So this question is kind of connected to that one, and that is there anyone you disliked earlier at Gem State, but now you're close to? And what happened to make that happen, make that change?
Caden McConnell. He matured, and so did we.
Only him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never really disliked anybody, but if I had to choose, it would be Caden McConnell. He's good now.
Also the thing.
So Caden McConnell.
What made it to change, you know?
One day he walked into class and his head was shiny.
That'll do it, I guess. Okay. Little more serious question. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't see you. Sorry, my bad.
Evan and Caden McConnell. Evan was actually so irritating the first year, and same with Caden McConnell until he also shaved his head bald.
So apparently shaving your head bald is a good thing at this school. All right.
Also, Evan, like, I don't know what it was, but like my freshman year, like, we were friends with the same people, but we didn't click like that. And it was very recently we started like actually talking and stuff.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. A little more serious of a question. What has been the greatest challenge you've overcome in your time at Gem State? The greatest challenge you've overcome in your time at Gem State?
Gem State.
Go ahead.
Climbing the wall, rappelling from a giant wall rock thing, and I was actually so terrified. And yeah.
That was a senior survival activity. Anyone else?
I think this goes for almost everyone in our class. The entirety of like junior year was pretty terrible, like just the whole year around. But we got through it, and we got stronger through it, so that was better.
Chemistry.
Also junior year.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was like getting out of my shell and actually talking to people. That was the hardest thing. Now I have more friends, but it was rough the first couple of years.
Also, junior year Algebra 2 exams, those killed me.
Working in the cafeteria junior year.
Okay. Anyone else?
Algebra 2 and chemistry from junior year.
We sense a theme here? That's it? Okay. All right. Similar vein here. How have you grown closer to God or spiritually in your time at Gem State? Was it an event? Was it a moment?
Last year, I got to go to Belize on a mission trip and build a nursing school for them over there. We had to mix the cement by hand, everything, lift all the bricks, and then we did a VBS for the kids, and like they were just like so excited to do everything, and that really just like like going to churches over there, it's like nothing like over here. Like there was a baptism, and all the churches from around came just to see the baptism, and that really like touched me, and like I felt God in a way I've never felt before.
Something that really helped me was my freshman year. They had a SALT program, I guess, that they set up. Teaches people how to give Bible studies and do like an evangelistic series and stuff like that. So that really helped me.
I'd say going to Belize 2.5 years ago, whatever. A lot of downsides, but I still came out a lot better than I did. And the other one is singing in choir. That was probably one of my favorite memories here, and it made me closer to God because we were singing His songs. So.
I think it was honestly like last year through this summer, like because I feel like I needed God a lot more last year, and like this summer was like, oh shoot, there's levels to this, And like I had to learn how to actually have a relationship with God instead of just relying on Him. I had to return some, you feel me? And then I don't know, I feel like this year I finally get the chance to show that, I don't know, that there's work happening in me.
Amen.
Probably senior year in general. There was a few projects and few things that made me actually have to study and try and do things, and so I've definitely gotten closer, as well as trying to be like an example for those underclassmen. So like trying to learn more and push myself.
For me, it was the good influence of some of the upperclassmen from my freshman and sophomore years, specifically Nathan Hagenson and my brother Lucas.
I think one moment that stands out was sophomore year, the IDA Youth Conference. The speaker was really powerful, and a lot of people were like just really moved. There was a big old group of people here standing like in this front area. So many people just crying and crying, and it was like very impactful to me.
It's not necessarily a moment, but every night at Ida Haven, they ask us where we saw God, and then like thinking about it there leads you to think about it in other places. And so I was thinking a lot more of like where I see God. I realized I didn't think about it much before that.
I'd say my other one is this year's week of prayer. The two guys that came were artists, and they were very godly minded, and it was nice to talk to them about stuff. So.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. Maybe a little more of a fun question. If you could return to Jam State after college and replace a teacher, what teacher would you replace?
Anderson. Sorry.
Mr. Simpson. I love history.
I'd replace Wickford in an instant. I like science.
Also Simpson, I know how to teach history.
I would replace Mr. Waterhouse, and not because I'm good at math at all, but I would, just not give homework. Also, exclude circles from geometry.
I don't know how that works.
Just squares.
Just squares. Okay. Squareometry. All right, anyone else? Still got a few minutes. We got plenty of time. I'm running out of questions. Gotta answer more questions.
I would replace Miss Mitchell because I already kind of know some of what she does, and I find English fascinating.
I'm going to replace you, Pastor Ever.
Anytime. I'm good.
I'd also replace you and Mr. Waterhouse.
Okay. Thinking of staff members who are no longer here. Thinking of staff members who are no longer here, who would be your favorite and why?
Adam Nakamura.
Okay.
Also Dean Nakamura.
Who was a dean, okay?
Also Dean Nakamura.
Okay. We got to get this to him.
Yeah, you guys are never going to believe this. Dean Nakamura.
Go ahead.
Dean Galt.
Dean Galt.
Dean Nakamura.
Okay, Dean Nakamura again.
Dean Nakamura.
Someone keeping track here? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Who can you always go to for solid help? Could be socially, academically, spiritually. Classmate. Is there a classmate you can always go to, you can always count on? Could be in your own class, could be in another class. Someone you can always go to and you know you're going to get solid advice, whether it's academic, it could be social, it could be spiritual, it could be any other area of life.
I'd have to say Caden Tabor. He kind of lives across the hall from me, but he's always there.
I'd say Tyler or Connor.
Probably Sarah. Whenever I'm going through something, she usually kind of slaps me out of it. So.
Excellent.
Literally.
I like Sarah's methods. All right, some of y'all been real quiet for a while. I'm going to let the microphone roll around the whole time. If you've been quiet, like Connor hasn't answered a single question. Everyone look at Connor. Hi, Connor. Grace has answered only one. Frank has only answered one.
Cheney doesn't look very smart. But he's probably saved my life like 4 times.
Excellent.
If I were to go to someone, it'd probably be either Cheney or Tabor. You know, they're pretty cool guys.
Okay. Pass it on down. There's a whole bunch of y'all down on this end who need to answer. Holly, you know. Chantel.
I would say Sarita.
Sarita.
Yes. My cousins.
All right.
I'd also say Jocelyn and Olivia.
I would have to say Evan Kelly. Like just like talking to him. Like he doesn't always give like the good advice. You know, sometimes it's like the blind leading the blind. But it's just good to talk sometimes. So.
Frank.
Definitely Sarah, my sister. She tells me a lot of very helpful things.
Would you pass that on to Grace, see what she has to say? She don't want it. Anybody else? Someone you can think of that's helpful to you, can help guide you? Olivia? Holly? Holly's like, I make my own path. Forget y'all.
On more than one occasion, I've been on a night drive with JV, and I've just been able to talk to him about what's on my mind. And usually the advice is good, and half the time it's I don't know, but the other half of the time it's solid advice, and I really appreciate that.
Anybody else?
I would definitely say both Olivia and Sarah. They both are good for advice, especially with social and emotional things.
Okay. Some of you are 4-year seniors, most of you actually. Think of someone who is part of your class now who was not here from the beginning. And what has that classmate added to your class dynamic? In this class, there's really only 2. There's only 2 of you that are not 4-year seniors.
Connor.
Yes, what does he add?
He adds a lot of, what's the word? Can't think of the word.
Silence.
That too. He adds a lot of character, I guess, without saying something. It's his actions, not his voice.
I'm also gonna say Connor. We have for English or speech assignments, every time he talks, I don't know what it is about his voice, but it's just really nice. I don't know how to explain. It's like a radio show host voice. It's quiet though.
I can't really pick. I probably choose Chantal and Connor. Chantal's just one of my best friends, and we all think is Batman. He is so cool. No, we all think he's Batman.
I think it's her.
I'd also have to say Randall. She's the only person that could get me to shut up in class, and it's amazing. I don't get it.
About time.
I'm also gonna say Connor. For one, I probably would have died on senior survival without him, and 2, he's just become one of my best friends. We hang out all the time.
Chantal, she's really sweet, really funny if you know her, and she just adds a lot of character. And she's also really smart, so she helps me in
all around.
Physics.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. If you could change one thing about your time at Gem State, what would it be and why?
Doing my homework more frequently.
Back to talking to yourself as a freshman, huh?
If I could change one thing, it would either be Waterhouse's class or Pastor Everett's class.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. We'll go with it.
You won't need to know.
I would start my semester projects way earlier,
Okay,
especially for Bible.
okay. Things you would change about your time at Gem State. Doesn't have to be assignments or classroom oriented. It could be any part.
I could be biased, but definitely the food. I wish it was more edible, I guess.
But there's love in it. There's love in it. Josh loves you.
Love and chemicals.
Again, probably being less dismissive. I was probably really bossy and a little mean to a lot of you. So, yeah.
Okay.
I would have to say like being more involved earlier than like now, because I mean I don't think about the times where like I stood in the corner and tried to look cool. And I think about the times where like I did the motions to the song. All the times that like I did something and not just stood there. Being more involved, definitely.
Yeah. It's good advice to send to the younger kids. Get involved younger. Start sooner. Okay, anybody else? If you could change anything about your time at Gem State, could be personal, it could be just overall, what would it be?
I feel like having more fun. I kind of didn't have fun my first like 2.5 years, and then I started making more friends and having fun, and this year I just really enjoyed my time.
Okay, anybody else? Okay. All right, 15. Of the many assignments you've completed in your 3.5 years at Gem State, which one do you remember the most and why? And it could be in a good way or a bad way. It doesn't have to be a bad way. It could be a good way, because I know y'all gravitate toward the bad things.
The U.S. History Project. We made a video about it like being in a court, and Sarah was the judge. She was very judgy. And she'd say judgy things. And Tyler was the prosecutor. He was very prosecutioning.
Okay.
I'd also have to say the Bible project. I had to buy 2 very large watermelons and carry them myself into the ad building.
Bible project? I don't remember watermelons in my projects.
I think it was the baby project in A&P, because that thing cries way too much for no reason. There's no way a child acts like that.
Those are all the moms in the audience laughing? Because they know. They know.
How?
You take it up with them. They know.
I got like 2. The first one was sophomore year. We had a minor prophet project. I did that entire project the day before. Got an A on it. It was pretty cool.
Hold on. I'm sure I can go back and change that.
I got it on time. It was all right. The second one was this year, where we had to. It was in speech class. We had to make a song, right? And Frank and I, we decided to make a video, okay? And I was singing "Never Gonna Give You Up" parody, and during that filming, we didn't have the music playing, so it was all out of in my head. You know, I was singing, I was way off key. We played it in the classroom, and I looked down in extreme embarrassment. So that was cool.
We're gonna play that for the senior slideshow. That was my favorite one that I've seen. Frank broke it down. He was dancing. It was great.
I'm also gonna say the song project. Like I decided to be partners with Kate and Tabor last minute, and on our free period, we were just sitting there, like going back and forth with lines, and we were just like overreacting, like they were the coolest things we have ever said, and it was just super fun. And then we like delivered a mediocre at best performance, so it was pretty awesome.
Okay, anyone else? Best or worst project? Best or worst project?
I'd say the best project was watching Tyler sing to nothing, because I was there in the background watching him. And the other one that was really good was the one Frank mentioned, the judge one. And the worst project is writing the Ellen White versus, I don't remember which one. The Lutheran paper.
Doing my steps to Christ.
It's such a good book. Go ahead.
The most recent Bible presentation, Connor and I knocked it out like 2 days before, so I'm kind of sitting in the same boat as
Oh
Tyler
man, you're so lucky you haven't graded it yet. We're gonna have to take that into account.
Yeah.
Actually, they did a very, very good job. Last minute or not, they did a very good job.
In anatomy and physiology, we had a muscles lab to which JV and I just checked ourselves out the whole time.
Okay. Go ahead, Sarah.
My favorite project was the U.S. History project with Frank and Tyler and Aiden and Aubriana, because I remember getting mad at Tyler for holding like a ton of Bibles, yeah, and then he like put them on the chairs, but it was really fun.
Okay.
Another one that was fun to watch was in anatomy and physiology, and we were doing a lamb brain dissection lab, and Caden, Tabor, and JV made me rip it in half because they were too scared to do it themselves.
I have two, I'm so sorry. But the first one was in biology, we were doing a frog dissection, and I was partners with Tyler. And he just said he had unsteady hands, so just watched while I did the whole thing. And then the other one was the U.S. History Civil Rights video. I think Holly unleashed some inner demons or something, but it was just a really fun video to film.
I'd say my other one is in chemistry. It was Tabor, Cheney, and I, and we were trying to light something, and Cheney walks over and lit it right away. And then I think he burned himself. Same day.
This wasn't really a project, but freshman year we were in earth science doing something with Play-Doh. And some people decided to eat the Play-Doh, and some other people decided to film said eating of Play-Doh and post it on social media. And our teacher found out, and we as 15-year-olds got Play-Doh banned.
That actually wasn't me, by the way. I just had a cough.
I'm thinking of all the ones that we've had, but another one was an egg drop thing we did for Mr. Waterhouse's class. We did it for Academy Days, and I remember the many times that I accidentally glued myself to my project. So
One of my other favorite ones was in STEM class. We were trying to code a robot to do something, and somehow I coded it right, but I had it wrong. I had the front going back and the back going front, and turning going left and right the opposite way. Somehow I screwed it up, so.
Okay, anybody else? Someone who hasn't answered? Okay. Last one. What legacy do you hope to leave at Gem State when you graduate in a few months? What legacy do you hope to leave at Gem State when you graduate in a few months? When people think of you after you leave, what do you hope they remember?
We made it. We're out. We're now human beings in a real world.
I don't really know how everybody sees me, but I myself, I try to be a person that, is approachable. I try to be there for people if they need help, So, yeah.
I think you should all answer this one. Make you think about it.
I want to be like that person, like kind of like an urban legend. Where like, yo, remember when Evan did this? When people are talking, it's kind of what I want.
You're
like,
close.
Oh,
you're close.
Yeah, kind of
class
like
clown?
Bigfoot or Sasquatch.
Get out of my classroom.
I already call you that. I think you already are gonna get that. The fire, it's okay. For me, probably being able to people being able to come up to me and still talk to me even after I graduate and being open and stuff because I want to be able to help.
Okay, pass it down. I really think all of you should answer this.
Maybe being kind to others.
It's a good legacy. You do the front too. We got 3 microphones, so.
I want to be known as the tallest Gem State graduate, but since that probably won't happen, I want to be known as someone you could come to laugh with or come to for serious advice. And I want just to have that positive impact on the people I've been with.
Holly? McConnell?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Evan, the urban legend part.
Well, every time I think of a bald-headed high school student, I'll think of you. Has shaven, bad haircut day.
I want to be remembered as somebody who brought joy and positivity to the school and who helped others to be happy.
I think I want to be remembered as somebody, I don't really know how to explain it, but somebody who helped the shy, quiet kids come out of their comfort zone, because I was one of those, and it's kind of hard to do it by myself. So I want to be one who's oh, come on, you're quiet. Come on, join us. It's okay to be quiet, but you can have fun too.
Another thing I'm thinking of is being able to show people that they don't have to be like everybody else. I know I said that in my yesterday's speech, but I can't stress it enough for those freshmen that are here. You don't need to be like everybody else. You can be yourself because I love you and God loves you.
Connor, I see you eyeballing the microphone. Just do it. Bite the bullet. Just one. You can say Batman. Okay, I guess not. Holly? Ooh, Holly, how's the microphone?
I kind of want to be like a big sister in the dorm since I don't have any sisters, and I'm also an RA, so someone that they can come to.
I guess I'm my bad. I hope I'm seen as a support system to other people.
Pass it on down. Somebody? Anybody? Anybody else? Going once?
I don't talk to very many people. I haven't talked to very many people during my time at school, so it's kind of difficult. But I just want people to think that I'm kind based on their few interactions with me.
I'd like to be remembered as the guy who makes all the funniest presentations and puts a smile on everyone's face. I'll probably just be remembered as the guy who's tired. because I'm tired.
That needs to be on a T-shirt. How you doing? I'm tired. Anyone else? Chantel?
I want to be remembered as someone who's kind and listens to others and is positive and gives good advice.
Anyone else? JB? The mic is coming.
If I like think back like on the 4 years, I kind of like, you know, one thing kind of stands out is like I've always had like an upperclassman kind of like, I don't know, like mentor me, I guess. Like I can think back to freshman year and like just through the years and have, you know, pick someone from each of those classes, like, oh yeah, like he like kind of like guided me and helped me like in this like kind of way. And I don't know, even if it's just like one person, at least like, you know, kind of being that for someone else, like just like you know, helping them, like, you know, kind of, I don't know, find their way, I guess, in a way.
You get a pretty good sense of who this class is. Some of them want to be funny, but they all want to be caring. They all want to be remembered that way. Well, I hope you've learned something about the class of 2026 in this time that we've had together. We're going to finish Sabbath school now. We'll take a break for a few minutes, and then we'll come back at 11:15 to begin church. Let's end Sabbath school with a word of prayer. Father, I just want to thank you this morning for this class. Each of these individuals provide something important to their class, whether it be funny or goofy or kind, brotherly or sisterly. All of them bring a special part of what we would call the whole environment of the class. So I ask you that you bless each of them as they endeavor to complete this year, as they endeavor to meet the legacy that they've decided that they'd like to leave when they leave this school. As they choose to do that, I pray that you will guide them, empower them, fill them with your spirit, and give them the tools that they need in order to bring that vision into fruition. Continue to strengthen them as they work through the school year, especially for those projects that seem to be so difficult sometimes. Give them what they need in order to show that you're the one who's growing in them. Be with us now as we take a break for a few minutes and as we return for the worship service in a little bit. In your name we pray. Amen.